Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm Madam Nora Fiza Muhammad and you can call me Teacher Nora. So welcome to my class today. This is our first class for 2021. All right. Before we go further, I would like to tell you that we have the comment section below for you to chat, for you to ask question. You can just type the question that you have while I'm explaining things to you. Or you can say hello there, hello to your friends, hi to your friends here, down there, all right, while listening to my explanation. Okay, so let's look at our topic today. I've put on the thumbnail as the hidden secret of reading. So, does reading have any secret? It's not secret, but I can tell you for sure that most of you don't like reading, but you don't know why. Because of what? Because you haven't found the correct, the interesting book for you to read. That's why I'm going to reveal to you today, I'm going to tell you today about the books that you may read, that you may find in the bookstore and outside there. So this is actually related to our first unit in the textbook, which is reading a window to the world. Why is reading a window to the world? A window like your house window, right? So window is like a way, actually, the way for you to see the world. All right. So reading is the way for you to see the world. How? Through its benefits. Okay, benefits of reading. What is benefits? Benefits mean good thing. Good thing that that reading brings you. So meaning to say faedah. Okay, the good things that you will get from reading. The first one, it will widen your knowledge. What is widen? Wide. Wide is the opposite of narrow. Narrow is sempit. Wide is, yes, luas or lebar. So it will widen your knowledge. What kind of knowledge? The knowledge of the world. That's why it is the window of the world. You will know everything by reading about the thing that is not about us, that is different from us, from the other side of the world. About animals, for example, because animals is different from us, right? So you have to read to know the thing about animals, and also maybe about other places other than Malaysia. So you don't need to go there, for example, to Australia, for example. You don't need to go there to know about the culture, to know about the language, to know about the food. You can read about that. You can read about Australia in your book. So you will get to know more and more as if you are going there, but you are not. In addition, you cannot go there right now because of COVID-19 pandemic. So one, it is expensive, and the other one, you cannot go overseas anymore for now. So just read and learn more about other people, other places, other culture from reading. All right. Next, we have let you imagine things beyond your vision. Beyond means more than what you can see. All right. For example, you have rabbit. You have a rabbit in front of you, and you can see a rabbit, only that rabbit. But if you have read the story of Alice in Wonderland, you might imagine that rabbit becomes the character inside the story. The rabbit that has a watch inside its hand, the rabbit that is so fast, going here and there, something like that. Or maybe you have a tree beside you. All what you can see is a tree. But if you have read a book about a tree that can become a boy's best friend, someone's best friend, you may treat the tree differently, right? So it helps you to imagine things that that is not in reality, maybe that does not exist in our world. So you can make it up in your mind while reading. then you can expand your vocabulary. What is expand? Expand means make it bigger, grow, make it grow. So vocabulary here means words. So you will add more and more and more words into your collection. For example, you only for chante, you only know beautiful. But maybe after reading more and more books, you will get to know the word gorgeous, you will get to know the word awesome, magnificent, something like that, breathtaking, remarkable. There are so many words that can represent one thing. All right. So when you expand your vocabulary, when you have many words with you, when you understand so many words, you can tell people your feeling. You can tell people about your ideas, for example, because the problems with most of the students, most of the pupils are, they have so many great ideas, but they don't know how to write, how to tell people, especially in English, because you don't have the words, the vocabulary. So, where to get the words? By reading. Because when you are reading something you don't understand, you will refer to the dictionary and then you will reuse and reuse the words, and then it will stick to your mind for you to use. Next, it helps you with your writing. All right, so this one relates to the previous point. Expand your vocabulary. So when you have more vocabulary, you can write better. Right? The more you read, the more you know. The more you read, the more you can write. Then the last one, it reduces stress. Okay, how can reading reduce stress? Okay, this is because when you read, you are actually focusing on the story. For example, like if you are reading a fairy tale, for example, about princesses, Cinderella, maybe you are imagining yourself becoming that princess. So you are into that world, you are inside that world. So it reduces stress. It brings away the sadness, sorrowness, you know. And also when you read a comic, for example, you might laugh heartily, you laugh out loud because of the characters. The characters are funny. And by doing this, it will reduce your stress. You will become happier. You will be have more friends to talk. You have more things to talk about, and you become happy. All right. So, after benefits of reading, we will look at book types and genres. Okay, books are divided into two. All right, we have fiction and non-fiction. Fiction is written based on imagination, meaning to say it's not real. Okay, people make up the stories. People create the stories for you to read. So it's not real. But for non-fiction, it is written based on real events, meaning to say it's real. It is really happening in that country, in that place. All right. So it is real. So there are under fiction and non-fiction, we have so many genres. Okay, you can see the word here, genres. It is pronounced as genres, not genre, not genre. You can hear your saliva there, your ileo. So genres. Okay, what is genres? Genres is a particular style of literature, art, film, music that has its special feature. Okay, in simpler way, it's like type or category. Okay, jenis. So the way people write the story. So we have the name for each of it, the genre, the type. All right. We have so many genres in the world, but I will only touch on some of them here, right, today. The first one is horror. Horror. What is horror? Horror is the genre that is scary. It frightens you. Usually it involves ghosts, hantu, yes, ghosts, haunted house, or maybe blood, your blood, maybe something that has to do with paranormal. Okay, that one is horror genre. So it is scary. It usually makes you imagine things. When after you read the story, when you go to the toilet, you imagine something follows you, something like that. So we have the example here, the doll. Okay, here, this one. And you can obviously imagine about the doll. Maybe it becomes alive and then it kills people, something like that. All right, very scary. And then the second one, we have science fiction. Okay, science fiction, it involves scientific or technological advances, right? It usually it's about something that people are imagining to have in the future. For example, like robot, but we already have robot right now, right? Something to do with aerospace, maybe something to do with time machine, something to do with electronic, something to do have with something that involves powers, all right, something like that, that you can create based on science. All right. For example, we have here runaway alien. It's about alien. It's not real, but maybe people are imagining it outside there in the galaxy, right? And then usually science fiction is fantastic, okay, because you can make up something that is not in this world. So it's fantastic. It's enjoyable to read, right? And then we have folklore or folktale. You can use both folklore or folktale. It is traditional stories of a community that is passed from generation to generation, meaning to say, most of the people in your community, in your country, in your place know the story because the mother will tell it to their children as the bedtime stories. Maybe there are books about it. So every country, every place has their own folklore. Okay, this is the example of the folklore here. I have the Pied Piper of Hamelin. This is Germany folklore. Like Malaysia, we also have many folklores, famous folklores such as Bawang Putih Bawang Merah, you have Badang, you have like Sang Kancil and Sang Buaya, you have Batu Belah Batu Bertangkup, something like that. All right, that everyone knows. The story that everyone knows in the community. All right. Next, we have poetry. Poetry uses aesthetic and rhythmic qualities of language. Rhythmic qualities of language means the rhythm, the sound of the end of each sentence is quite the same. All right. Poetry is actually a collection of poems. Okay. So in BM, it's like puisi, pantun saja. It's puisi. So you have this book with you, right? Anthology of poems for year 4, 5, and 6. And this is the example, the best example for poetry. Okay. Sometimes people read poetry for them to imagine things. And it is also amazing because you can make up things that is illogical there. Doesn't matter because it's poem and it's fiction, right? Next, we have adventure. Okay, adventure usually involves epic journey with a mission. Journey, okay, perjalanan with a mission. Usually, in order for them to achieve the mission, the character in that story has to go through a lot of troubles, problems, obstacles. For example, they have to fight with a dragon, maybe they have to they will be kidnapped, maybe something like that. And you've read this before, because one of the examples of adventure genre is Gulliver's Travels. You have read this last year, right? All right, Gulliver's Travels it's about Gulliver's experience, journey. All right. Next, we have thriller. Thriller is quite related to horror, but you may say that it's more like crime and mysteries. So it is suspenseful and may include the elements of crime and mysteries, usually when it involves spies, detectives, crimes, murder, something like that. It is from thriller genre. Okay. The example here is The Empty Envelope. Okay, you can see here it's about mystery of the empty envelope, right? So usually thriller will play with your mind, with your psychology. It will make you think more. Is this the murderer? Is this the secret? Is this the code? Something like that. So it plays with your mind. It makes you think more. It is challenging. Okay, mencabar. Okay, the last one for fiction is fantasy. Fantasy is magical stories with supernatural elements. Okay, there are many more um, types of books that are under fantasy. For example, like fairy tales. Fairy tales, you have princess, you have fairies, you have um, elves, you have giant, okay, something like that. And also, uh, it really involves magical stories that like something like wizard, witch, something like that. So the example that I got here is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, right? Maybe some if you read something like Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, that's also considered as fantasy. Fantasy usually makes us feel out of the world. It's like we are going out of this world. We are going to another world, world of magic. All right, something like that. So it is fantastic. It is something that you love. All right, kids love fantasy books, fantasy genre. All right, next we have non-fiction. As I said before, it is written based on real events and facts, fakta. So this is not lying. This is not people making up stories. This is the fact. So we have the first one, biography or autobiography. It is the life history of an individual. Usually it's the important individual in the country or in the world. Sometimes it's politician, sometimes maybe it's royalty, sultan, right? And maybe someone who contributes, who is very important, who is a public figure, who people in the country loves about him or her. So people write about them. All right, in the autobiography or biography, it could be people write about them, or it could be them. They themselves write about them, about their history, the history of their life. So the example here we have Tunku, his life and times, about Tunku Abdul Rahman. All right. Next, we have travel writing, or some people may call it travelogue. Okay, the author describes the places they visited and experiences while traveling. So, from this kind of book, this genre, you will learn more about one place from other people's perspectives. When they go there, they went to that place, they write the experience, the good experience, the bad experience, how much did they spend to go for a trip there, how did they for example buy food there, what kind of hotel, something like that. So this one is mesmerizing, I would say, and it's full of lesson, because we can, when we read about that, we will prepare ourselves when we want to go to other places. So the example is High Road to Tibet, Travels in China, Tibet, Nepal, and India. So this is the experience of the writer, the author, of how how he handled his life there when traveling. And the last one for non-fiction is history. You have this history book with you, right? Because you learn this subject. History is sejarah. So it's important and historical events in particular places or countries. Usually, this kind of genre, this kind of book, they have lots of dates, tarikh, dates and day inside it, and the explanation. So like this one, we have a history of Kuala Lumpur, 1856 to 1939. So what happened during that time in that duration in Kuala Lumpur? What happened on a particular date? What happened? All right, that's the kind of book of history. All right. So your task right now, okay, it is quite easy for this week. Okay, I want you to pick your favorite book. It can be in Malay or English. I don't mind at all. Okay, any book, any kind of book that you have read. All right. Then record a video and tell me your name and class, the title of the book, the genre of the book, and why do you like the book. Okay, when you are stating why do you like the book, you may include suitable adjectives, something like it's nice, it's enjoyable, it's fantastic, it's good, it's interesting, it's challenging my mind, it's scary, it's full of lessons, something like that. Include suitable adjectives, kata sifat, that explains about the book. And explain the reasons. Okay, when you say, for example, when you say it is fantastic, why? Why do you say that the book is fantastic? Explain to me that. All right, I'm going to give you an example of on how to do this video. All right. Okay, you record the video and take a book. Okay, with me now, I got two books here and here. All right, for example, okay, if you want to do it, if you want to pick a Malay book, like this one, this is Sembilan Nyawa. All right, so in your video, please do like this. Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Nora. I'm from 6 Umar. This is my favorite book. The title of the book is Sembilan Nyawa. The genre of the book is horror. It is scary, and I like this book because it plays with my mind and it lets me think about the world outside there. It lets me think about the world after I die, for example. So that's the way to do it. You tell me your name and class, and then the title, and then the genre, and why do you like the book. Okay, just now I use it's scary. So scary is the adjectives there. Why is it scary? Because it plays with my mind, it challenges my mind, it makes me think that I also have this sembilan nyawa, okay, 9 souls, all right? Okay, and one more example. All right, we have here, okay. Hi, I'm Nora. I'm from 6 Abu Bakar. This is my favorite book. I always read this. The title of this book is Tuesday, An Ordinary Day in an Extraordinary City. The genre of the book is travel writing. I love this book so much because it is enjoyable. I can read the experience of the writer in Paris about the bad reality there. So Paris is famous for its romantic city, but actually when I read this book, it's she's telling me about the bad things that happened to her there in Paris. Okay, so you have to do something like that. No need to be long. You maybe around 5 to 6 sentences. All right. Tell me your name, class, the title, the genre, and the most important thing, the reasons. Why do you like the book? I love the book because, okay, do something like that. I love the book because it's nice. But okay, it is nice because it tells me about Malaysia, for example. Or maybe when you read folklore. Okay, this is my favorite book. The title of the book is Badang. The genre of the book is folklore. I love the book because it teaches me lots of lesson. Okay, it is informative maybe, memberi banyak pengetahuan, something like that. So you may discuss this with your parents, with your siblings, and ask them to help you with this. All right. Then submit the video to me through WhatsApp or Telegram. Meaning to say you send to me personally, not in your class group, please. All right. Personally to me. If you have any questions later, you can just WhatsApp me as well. Okay, let's see if people who are watching right now have any questions. So, I'm going to see your chat. Lots of you here. Hi, hello teacher. It's me, Irene. Balki Sumaya. Azman Art. Who is Azman Art? One of Akira. Wow, what are you typing here? Thank you, teacher. Okay, you're welcome. All right. Harry Potter, yes. Hermione. Okay. All right. I don't see any questions here. So I take that as you really understood. All right. You really understood what I've explained to you just now. But if you don't, please WhatsApp me and ask questions. Okay. So I think that's teacher. How about comic? Can I use it in my video? Yes. Yes, you can use it for your video. So for comic, you have many genres as well. So maybe if the comic is like the comedy one, you can say that the genre is comedy. Okay, humorous genre, comedy genre. Okay, so horror boleh kan teacher? Yes, of course can. You can choose horror, you can choose comic, you can choose folklore, you can choose any book that you like. Choose one. I know most of you don't like reading, but you must have at least one book that you have read and you like. Okay, because you have learned today so many genres there are there outside the world. When you get to buy books from the bookshop, please look at them. All right, maybe you haven't heard about travel writing before, but when you go to the bookstore, you already know, oh, this one is travel writing and this must be interesting. So you can have a try to read the book. All right, comic you can use comic. You can use comic to record video. The genre is comedy. All right, comedy. All right, comic. Any other question? All right, no more. All right, I think I will end the session here, the lesson here. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing your video really soon. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching me and have a nice day. Bye. Assalamualaikum.